Oh,
I
do
put
you
a...
mind if I,
Yeah, feel free to help yourself to this stuff. I don't know if Cups is really around. Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
Where's the trail lead to?
so it leads to here. Basically, when Cups first had her first really bad night with things that were related to Changang, she stayed here. And she slept on this couch. So we
Oh, right.
put this weighted blanket over her, and she slept and slept and slept. And the next morning when she woke up, I had left a candy trail, just like this, to the dining table. And I didn't know what she liked to eat because I didn't know her very well. So I bought her one of everything from every restaurant that was open and laid it all out on the table. So,
That is very cute.
well, Chatty said that he wanted her to feel welcome. And he said that the best way to help him was also to help her. I've always wanted another Clady. And for once it felt like someone that wasn't going to just... I don't know... ask me of things, but actually would be like an equal. There's not many equal Cladies. A lot of them seem to treat me like kind of a mother-like figure. And I hate being the mom because I make too many mistakes to be a mom. I'm big sister at most.
I think you've told me that before.
I hate being mama. I have never been a mama. I don't want to be a mama. But I'm good at being big sister. I've always been a big sister. So I want her back too. And I don't know, maybe just maybe this might help jog her memory.
So what happened then? All I got from Twinkles was just... hold on, let me get it. It was, Ray lost her memories and doesn't remember the last 5 to 6 years. Thought you should know. That's kind of it. So what happened?
I'm admittedly a little scared to tell you because I'm worried you might hate me a little for it.
I mean, you know me, Sooty. I'm not someone that acts on my emotions like that.
What I'm going to tell you has to stay between me and you. Some clowns know, Chatty knows, Cups knows. Like, they know. Tessa knows. There's quite a few clowns who know, but if it gets much further, Kirk doesn't, for example. I think there's a lot of people who would want to kill me. So, at the proposal, after the proposal, I don't fully remember what happened. But something happened at the pier involving a note that Cups was scared about this choice, this ultimatum that she felt was being put upon her. And something to do with that and her getting upset, and I apparently ocean dumped both Chatty and Cups. everybody has... We've talked all about it and gotten all of the memories that we can together, because at some point I got ocean dumped too, so did Ratchet and Mumbles and Kirk and Twinkles almost twice, and there was like 8 ocean dumpings and like 3-4 ICUings and all of this other stuff, and I don't remember what happened because at some point I got ocean dumped too. But after everything we talked about, we all agreed that it had to have been to try and save things. That because I've never done that before. I've never ocean dumped anyone that I even hate, let alone people that I actually care about. So I don't know why I did it. All we know is that apparently I said to Bozo in a very panicked state that I was trying to save everything. That there was a note or something that I had gotten mixed up. And after I had run off trying to solve that, I came up without memory and soaking wet too. And I don't know why I did. She didn't lose her memory from that. I actually found her yesterday. I found her yesterday and well, she twatted out. And I called her and immediately tried to go and get her. I ran there as soon as possible. I tried to lockpick a boat with Frog and we rushed to her as soon as we could. We tried to get her to the hospital, but Eugene got there first. You know, somebody got there first, and so she got help. She got to the hospital. She was fine. And I don't know how she lost her memory for the last 6 years. I don't know how that part happened. I have no clue how that part happened. She was just trying to remember the last, 48 hours when I was talking to her later that same day, yesterday. But somewhere between when I talked to her then and later that day, she lost 6 years. And Mr. K, Tessa heard Mr. K immediately, and the rest of Jangang immediately just making it seem like she was never even part of us. That this never even happened, that none of this was ever a thing. And it spiraled and spiraled to the point where Chatty kidnapped Cubs with a couple of clowns trying to jog her memory, to remind her desperately. But it ended up with Vinny shooting Chatty, and now he's in ICU. I'm so sorry.
You've nothing to be sorry about, Sooty. Whatever happened, whatever it would have occurred during that time, it's not something you would have done out of malice. I know how much you care about Ray, about Hiccups. We've talked as much as so. Whatever happened, it wouldn't have been out of malice.
I was so scared you'd hate me.
I mean, to me, it sounds like clowning around that may have just gone a bit bad. I mean, how else do 8 clowns end up getting ocean dumped? Sounds like a Three Stooges bit.
You're not wrong.
One ocean dumps one, then the other one gets ocean dumped to forget that ocean dump, then so on and so forth. That's just how you guys are. If something went wrong, it went wrong. I don't think you're to blame for that.
Kirk ended up in the ICU too. And he's gone manic since.
I imagine he's been taken a bit rough.
The doctor
He
said that he
said-
got the brain damage and now he has lost sense of logic and reasoning, which Kirk didn't really have much of in the first place, so we're yucked, you know?
Chatty's at least stable, right?
He was brain dead for a little bit, but, Ratchet snuck in with Kirk and shocked Chatty in the brain one more time, and apparently that actually, helped.
Alright. Again, clown things.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Like I said, that's just how you guys are. You joke around, you have fun. Sometimes at each other's expenses, but that's just part of being the clowns. It's like being in a family. You just kind of poke each other's buttons, but you all know it's in good fun at the end of the day.
I just know that I've never ocean dumped anyone before.
Not even Eli.
Did I ocean dump Eli?
I feel like everyone has it. I don't think I have yet, but I feel like everyone has.
No, I don't
At
think
least
I
once or
have.
twice.
Yeah, I don't think even Eli.
Yeah.
Yet. I guess if he's somebody who just kind of asks for it, then.
I mean, I don't want to say that he does, but he gets ocean dumped a lot. I feel like he alone has like lowered the stocks of ocean dumping. If ocean dumping had stocks.
He's lowered ocean dumping stocks on his own. Kind of like how Chatty ruined the economy before by being 153 million in debt.
Yeah, just kind of losing the value of the dollar.
The value of the dollar disappeared for Chatterbox. The value of the ocean dump has disappeared because of Eli. Because of Yappy.
I'm guessing this all stemmed from the thing that we helped out the other day then.
It was literally same day. Hours, like an
right.
hour or two later. It all started.
Do we even know how that ended? Was it a yes? Was it a no?
It was a yes. Yeah, it was all over Twitter. I remember I literally twatted out when you're waiting for the tea, but nobody is, boiling the kettle. And then suddenly, Ray twatted out, I'm engaged! I remember being excited. I remember that. I remember I was down at the pier. Because I was getting all sentimental about how, like, oh man, I never thought that Chatty would ever be here. I never thought I would see this day, you know. And who had this on their bingo card? Chatty walking down the aisle before I do. And things. Yeah, just being sentimental, you know? Watching the sunset. And I remember seeing that news. And I guess somewhere along the line, I ocean dumped them there too. We found my bike there afterwards. Still at the dock.
Right. Which dock?
The,
I guess it doesn't really
Del
matter.
Piero.
Oh, right. Ooh, she remembers nothing from the last 5 years?
I don't know what happened, because originally she did. Originally she was just asking me what had happened during the 48 hours. She got off of this island and was at the hospital. Then I... Remember when I called you and I said how her and Chatty were talking in the house? They were talking here.
Yeah.
somewhere between that, sometime after that, she lost all her memory. She went off with Chatty and then lost all her memory. And I don't know how that part happened.
Not all injuries are instant. It could have just been a, over time sort of
Cluster
thing. I
jams,
mean, you
thank
said
you.
she didn't remember the last 48 hours, right? Maybe that just kind of went further.
Maybe.
Maybe she saw something and it just kind of went worse. I don't even know how that would... I don't understand memory loss too well. How that occurs.
All I know is, she found out that Changang were lying to her. She figured that out on her own. We didn't even have to tell her. She started to put the pieces together, and I think Vinny even confessed. He was trying to get... When he saw that Chatty was in the ICU, he came running back with her in tow. I was trying to get her to say things to try and help, like, revitalize Chatty while he was going through surgery, while he was in the ICU, and I think he feels genuinely bad. I don't think Vinny's intention was to send Chatty into that kind of state. I think he thought that he would bounce back. But as much as clowns do tend to be like rubber and bounce right back, when you snap the elastic band, it's not gonna be very good at tying things together again.
He will bounce back though, when he wakes up.
Yeah.
Said he's stable at the moment, right?
Yeah, it was definitely a kicking a horse while it was down thing.
Yeah, timing wise isn't the best. But I'm sure he'll wake up and go, "Those yuck bags!" That's Chang bangers or something like that. I'm sure he'll wake up and instantly go get his get back in some way. That's just how he is.
For sure. I hope so. At least, she was there by his side, because, she figured it out, and Vinny fessed up because she figured it out, and he seemed to genuinely feel bad. Yeah. I don't know.
It's a very nice thing to do. Messing someone with someone's memories.
He had a whole emotional talk with Chatty for a long time. Myself, Tessa, and Wayne, spied on it from a distance just to make sure that Chatty didn't get hurt. He didn't know that we were there, but we all were. But I saw Chatty get shot right before he took Tessa and Cups back. I don't know, This all started from clowns clowning too hard over a special occasion.
So what do we do about Cups? I mean, have you guys tried to help her remember anything? Or has she shown signs of remembering anything yet?
She said yuck yesterday at one point while Chatty was in the ICU. She came and hung out with all of us. She stayed with Chatty in the ICU room. And initially it was more at the behest of others. But I do think that eventually she was staying there for herself. I do think there was a part of her that was maybe, if not at the lightest end of the spectrum, curious. But maybe on the deeper end, feeling something that she was trying to figure out.
think she left him a note. She was looking in the book for a while.
Well, the way that I see it, she is still first name Ray, last name Mond. She might not remember us, but we remember her and everything she's done for us. We'll be there for her no matter what, no matter how long it takes.
I even told her she was a queen either way. Hiccups or Raymond.
Both made each other a promise a while ago about not leaving each other, and I plan to keep that promise.
She helped me get through an odd chapter in my life. This is just another chapter in her story, right? Let's help her get to Act 3.
We'll do what we can. Help her through what she's going through. I imagine it can't be easy for her either. Being met with a bunch of people that act like they know her but she doesn't know them. That can't be easy on her either.
No. It has to be incredibly overwhelming. I mean, especially with
I imagine
clowns.
so.
Can you imagine just a yuck ton of clowns that just they're like, hey, and you're just like, who even are you? What the?
Waking up one day and you're the queen of the clowns without knowing anything.
Yeah, you know, like, here you go, here's 30 to 40, like, hyperactive children. Have fun!
I mean, it's a good chance that she doesn't remember me either, right? Just everything from the last 5 years.
She didn't remember me. I don't know if she will remember you from 5 years ago, or...
Oh, I won't lie, that's gonna hurt. You know, when I next do see her. That is gonna hurt.
It does. It does. I won't deny that.
I guess see how it goes. She's someone that means a lot to me, and she still does.
We'll get her through this.
The other day, she is first name Ray, last name Mond.
I wish April was here for her right now as well.
Yeah, imagine another familiar face would help her. At least help her process things.
And I feel like, since she remembers April from before, and April knew about Chatty, right? Maybe not to the same extent that everyone else does, but she knew she cared.
I don't know, unfortunately. I don't know. I mean, I didn't meet either of them like 5 years ago. Didn't really know what they got up to. Outside of a CG.
Ray's biggest fear seems to be about not being wanted, needed, or useful, right?
Yeah.
I wish you could see how much of a, or realize how much of a wreck we are right now.
Yeah, that's actually how we kind of bonded a little bit when we first get to know each other. Both kind of realized we had a bit of a similar thing. Hers is that, mine is just being forgotten. But that's when we made the promise to each other that we wouldn't leave each other. It was a phone call. Don't think it was like any distinct location.
Who could forget you, Max?
It's just a fear, you know.
Fears do tend to be silly.
Being forgotten and left behind. I mean, that's kind of what happened to me 5 years ago. A lot of the time, I was kind of left behind. I mean, that's kind of what's kind of started to bum me out these days, is that it's starting to feel a lot like it did back then in the city. Civilians are no longer really considered people by most people. They're either a tool or someone to rob. It's starting to feel like that again. It doesn't feel good.